Let's take a look at Frankenstein's castle. I'm not sure if this castle is in any relation to this character, so I just put this out here just to show you what I'm saying. But this is a castle right here in Germany. So let's take a look at this. You see the bricks, and you see a rock formation. What I tell you is this rock formation used to look like the bricks. When the big meltdown happened, the X factor, maybe a plasma energy, I don't know what it was. What it did was it changed all the bricks into rock like this, right? So let's take a look at these photos closely. So here you see bricks here, a brick wall, but then you see some bricks here, right, turning white and changing, right? What they were doing is transforming into this. So this section right here used to look like this, right? You see this everywhere in the world. You can see this section right here, the window. You can see like bricks right here, like this, like one brick here, one brick here, one brick here, one brick here, making this opening. But you see this section right here starting to transform, right? It doesn't look like this anymore. It looks something like a rock, right? So this whole section, this white section here, is starting to change. But the mainstream media will tell you, oh, it's all part of their way of building things back then, right? They never built it like this before. They never did. This whole thing here used to look like this. So let's go to the next photo. Closer look at the rock formation. So what it looked like, this rocks, the bricks, what they were doing is ballooning outwards from the big X factor plasma event. They were ballooning outwards. They were exploding outwards because of the heat damage, right? The heat was so intense. You can see here. You can see the heat damage starting to affect these bricks because they're turning white, right? Compared to these bricks, which weren't turning white. So let's go to the next photo. This is the interior of the castle. You can start seeing that this section is starting to change. You can see the ballooning of the bricks right here, right? Let me try to find a normal bricks here. See, the normal bricks just look like this up here. See this? Oops, go back. Let me just... So you can see the normal bricks here. And these things were solidly built. Look at this. Look at how many layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of bricks. These things were strong, folks. They're not weak structures. They were strong structures. And you can see this whole section. You can see the discoloration happening, right? Discoloration happening. Or down here, you can see the normal bricks. See, you can see some of the bricks are ballooning outwards already. See these bricks becoming bigger, right? So let's go to the next photo. You can see, I think it's the same kind of photo as before. The ballooning outwards. Yeah, this is the same photo. Let's go to the next one. So you can see the heat damage here that is turning, the black and charred from the heat damage, right? These bricks were exploded and blown outwards onto the ground. So you see these mountains everywhere, right? These mountains with these mounds, these supposed mounds beside it. Those are not mounds. Those are part of the heat damage when it exploded outwards, right? So yeah, you can see that. Take a close look at that. Heat damage, exploding and burning and twisting, right? Let's go to the next photo. That's the same thing in a different angle. Yeah. So this whole section used to look straight like this, right? Straight. This is like a more of a macro photo here. This used to be like a round formation right here of the building. This may have been outwards, like the rocks. I mean the what do you call it? The bricks used to be maybe outwards like this, like a rectangle upwards, then a blue outwards, right? This section right here may look like this. That's what I'm thinking. This section here used to look like this. heat damage here. You see heat damage. So let's take a look at this. See these bricks? They're like a more uniform rectangle, right? You see the bricks are more uniform rectangle. Then you look here, it's turning into rock, right? This you can't recognize anymore. Heat damage here, blown outwards. Most of the rock you can see here. It's starting to, oops, go back. Sorry. You see the heat damage here. It's starting to balloon outwards, right? This is ballooning outwards, ballooning outwards. These are more recognizable, but this is starting to balloon outwards, right? This is the interior. So this is a good photo. You can see the brick melting right here. See, it was dripping downwards. You can see the brick melting here too, changing into rock. It used to be so uniform like this, right? Yeah, this whole section is starting to change. So you see a charring here from the big meltdown. I mean the heat damage here. Heat damage. This blew outwards. This wall was blowing outwards. You can see the rock here. I mean the bricks changing. See here. It used to be more uniform, then it started changing. Very good photo. Very good photo. Look at that. This is what the bricks used to look like. And then I see heat damage here. Heat damage, heat damage. That's a more macro photo. I think it's more heat damage here. Look at that. Look how thick this wall is, folks. Look how thick this wall is. This was a huge wall. They weren't cheap on the bricks. A normal house today would have one layer of brick, right? Not, I don't know how many layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 10 layers of bricks right here. This section alone. Interior. Bricks, normal bricks. Changing into rock formation right here. Right? You see the change? This starting to change. Look at this here. See this? It's starting to change to rock. It used to look like this up here. See this? This is what the bricks used to look like. And then it started to change like into this. More of the heat damage. Look at the heat damage, folks. Look at the heat damage here. Look at the heat damage. And like I said in my previous videos, this happened 200 years ago. It wasn't millions of years ago. It was 200 years ago. The whole world experienced this heat damage. It's more of the outer wall. So this is what the wall. This is normal bricks, right? The normal bricks. You see the ballooning outwards of these bricks, right? These things were ballooning outwards of the heat, the plasma effect. Here too, this section. It's starting to see. It used to be uniform like this. See this, and then it started ballooning and shape disforming. You can charring right here. Close up look at the bricks. It's the outside section. We've seen that already. Close look at the heat damage. This section here starting to cook and turn to rock. I think that's it. I think I just showed you all this stuff. Did I? This is the outside. You can see here. You can see different shapes of the bricks, right? The bricks used to be uniform, all one size, and then they started changing, right? Started ballooning outwards, changing, twisting from the heat damage. This whole section used to look like this. This whole section right here, all this. You can see here, it's clearly see that this section right here is starting to change to look like this. And I think that's it, folks. Just want to show you something else. So this is Utah. This is Utah. Let me try to get another photo. Get the photo back here. Wait a minute. There's one section here I want to show you. So this section, now you're starting to see the picture here. This is Utah. This is this section. Do you see the similarities? Right? You see the similarities? This is all brick, folks. This all used to look like this. I hope you're getting this now, right? This is Utah. This is everywhere in the world. It doesn't have to be Utah. It's everywhere in the world. You can see the different similarities now, right? Like this section, all this section looks like this. This is all brick formation, folks. The whole world is bricks. The whole world is a giant buildings. We're living on giant buildings of a previous civilization.